You know, this is the same waterfall, the same rocks, the same light, 2 seconds apart. And the only difference is how long I left the shutter open. What might surprise you is that the silky version is really easier to shoot than the frozen one. You just need to know one trick.
Kansas doesn't advertise its waterfalls. Many people don't even know they exist. But after a good rain, 3 of them just come alive. I'm going to hit all 3 today. I'm going to show you exactly how I photograph each one of them. But here's the thing about waterfall photography, it's not like wildlife. With wildlife, you're chasing the moment. Fast shutter, quick reflexes. Waterfalls are just the opposite. You have to slow everything down. And the slower you go, the smoother it gets.
So here's our first stop. It's called Chase Lake Falls. It's also called Panther Creek Falls. And overall, it's about a 25-foot cascading drop down these limestone shoals. It's not the tallest in Kansas, but it may be one of the most photogenic. The rock layers give you this natural leading lines up through the overgrowth. And then here's a pro tip. Before you even think about the shutter speed, just lock down your composition. Because when you put the ND filter on, you can't see much through the viewfinder. It's sort of like putting on sunglasses in a dark room. So you frame your shot first, you get the focus sharp, and then add the filter. My starting point for waterfalls is usually ISO 100. I'll put it on f8 to f11 because I want to get that depth of field. We keep it sharp all the way through the frame, and then I adjust the shutter speed based on what the filter gives me. So with a 6-stop ND filter on an overcast day, it's around 2 to 4 seconds. That seems to be the sweet spot. It's long enough to smooth out the water, but short enough still to keep some of the texture. Now, today the sun is up a little bit, but I'm out here in the trees, and I'm playing with my shutter speed. I've got it down to about really a half a second. I'm using a variable ND filter. It's a 2 to 32 ND, and I've got it set on, probably around 20. And I've got the shutter speed at half a second. I'm going to crank the f-stop up to 11. I'm focusing about a third of the way up the frame, and that way I have this, what they call the hyperfocal distance. It should keep everything very sharp all the way through at f11. So let's take the shot and see how we look. Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's really sharp up close. It's sharp in the back. And the water is just pretty nice.
So let's drive 60 miles north to our next site. At 35 feet, Geary Falls is the tallest waterfalls in Kansas. I know that doesn't sound like much, but standing here, it really doesn't feel small. And what might surprise you is that the taller the waterfall, the shorter long exposure time is needed. With a 35-foot drop, the water's moving fast and it doesn't need as much time to smooth out. One or 2 seconds is usually enough. Go longer and the water just turns into milk and you lose all the texture. And that's the real skill here. Not just making the water look smooth, but knowing when to stop. Because the silk effect is beautiful, but if you overexpose it, you lose the texture in the rocks, and that texture is half the photograph.
Okay, this is our last stop. This is Cowley County Lake, and the waterfall is cascading over a series of different flat rocks, and I'm sort of at the end where there's this pool and it's coming across this flat rock. I want to get a picture of that, and then I'm going to start isolating some of the shots. So first, let's come up here. I'm going to get a picture of this, where the flat rock, and then it's coming across, and the water's coming off that. I'm just going to put this, get this pulled up. Bring it back down. F11. I'm going to have to get a bigger ND filter because it's bright out here. I'm going to take this variable ND filter off. It goes up to 32. I'm putting a 64 on there, and it's still bright. Let me bring it down here. All right. I'm going to sort of freeze the, I'm going to freeze the water. I got the shutter speed at a 1/100 F11 to get the focus through the whole thing. And then we're going to take a picture. Yeah, that freezes it pretty good. Now I'm going to take and come down and try to isolate a couple of spots. There's where it's hitting the water, it's making a rainbow. So I'm going to try to get some of that. And I'll bring it down like that. There we go. I'm going to zoom into that just a little bit. I've got it about at 100 millimeters. Still at F1, still at a 1/100th, and then I'll start slowing it down. Here we go. All right, well, there's that. Now let's start playing with some shutter speed. Let's see, I've got that ND64 on there. I'm going to go to F8, and then I'm going to start slowing it down. That's a 1/2 second there. It's pretty bright. I'm going to put it on ISO 100. Straighten it up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I like that. So here's a pro tip. You don't just shoot the whole waterfall, but you start to isolate little areas that you want to pick out. You find one section of it, one curve, one pool, and then make that be your subject. The best waterfall photographs aren't about the waterfall. They're about one moment in the journey of the water. Since I'm camping here tonight and clear skies are in the forecast, I'm going to come back here after dark and try something different. But that'll be a video for another time.
So, Chase Lake Falls, Geary Lake Falls, Cowley State Lake. 3 waterfalls, 3 very different photographs, same technique. And the thing about long exposure waterfall photography is this. It's one of the skills that feels like magic the first time you do it, but it's really not magic. It's just understanding how time changes what the camera sees. A fast shutter freezes the chaos, a slow shutter reveals the patterns underneath it. And the waterfalls of Kansas, well, they're well worth slowing down for. If you want to try this for yourself, I'll put the exact camera settings for each waterfall in the description below. And if you want to see what these waterfalls look like underneath the stars, well, make sure you subscribe because that video's coming next. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay on the path, and God bless you.